mix the silk.
Make sure it's got his phone.
Oh yeah, do you have your phone? Do you have your keys? Your money? Everything this week? He wanted to call you up. Well, you probably heard that on the video. Or maybe not.
He sent me a text from the diner. I don't know what time, but I turned my phone off. I hope I'm not waking you up. Next text, I hope. It would have been too late by then, but he didn't waking me up. I thought I left it on the roof of the car, and it flew out of the ditch somewhere.
Just imagine, before Mike's asleep, the phone rings at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't find my phone.
I did turn it off and tried to call it.
No, the guy at the diner, I said bring my phone and see if it rings in the car.
That's the first thing I did. Turn it off. Scott can get his thing tomorrow.
All right, Mike.
Boys till next week.
Yep, till next week. Good night, pussycat. What the hell? Oh. Yeah, we'll see if Scott's car's fixed. Or if it explodes on the way home. What happened? Oh. You got that? I'll wait till I get to the bottom of the stairs.
I've been getting pulled over for not having a headlight out.
And Jim saved Scott from getting us fucking pulled over.
They just replaced all these freaking bulbs here 10 minutes ago. Ruined their own good work. They were working last night.
Don't forget your bag over here, Mikey. That's 5 cents.
They were working last night.
Every time you bring it back to the store or ShopRite, you get 5 cents per bag.
For what?
If you take that back to ShopRite and use it, you get 5 cents per bag. Or wherever you go. Every store does that now.
Boys.
All right, good night, Mike.
Thank you for fixing the car twice. Doing 3 things wrong with the fucking car. Hey, it chilled down a little bit. What the hell? Oh. What is this, cat litter, I think? Where the hell am I gonna get all this shit inside? I'm gonna just put this in this bag. There, that's better. I can't believe my headlight went out.
I can't. I've seen that happen too many times before.
Yeah, but not, well, yeah. You know how often they went out in the Buick? Do you want to know how long it took for the car to go out in the Buick?
That was an old style headlight.
Yeah. Well, no, same bulbs. Same type of...
No. They were different bulbs. Definitely different bulbs. Those are the other style bulbs that Mike has plenty of in there. They're the older style. They're a little bit bigger, heavier duty.
When over 300,000, like 350,000 miles, we're even fucking with them bulbs.
Yeah.
And then finally one went out right towards the very end. The only yeah, so like right now I'm gonna know. You'll know right away if a bulb is out.
Oh yeah.
You'll know. That's why I knew that I was out last night. I did not have a bulb out. So when I came in and shut the headlights off, that was it. Even with like all these street lights, you'll know a bulb is out right away.
Yeah, I think
like here's your fogs.
You'd be helpless in the apocalypse, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be able to fix a goddamn light bulb in your car. You crash into something because no lights in the car. No one to fix the light bulbs.
That's why I noticed it before on the way up. I'm like, what the?
I can just see you out there now in the middle of some farmer's field stalking a cow. Hamburger steak. Come here, cow. Come here, moo-moo. Come on. Come a little closer to my chainsaw. Come on. Scotty needs a steak. He's hungry. A world full of corpses is what that would be. Nasty. I mean, just think, where would you be able to go to get away from that?
Now, it's a 13-part series. That meaning is that there's only 13, or is it 13 and it's over?
I think it's 13 and it's over, or maybe it's just season 1. I don't really know.
That's what I want, yeah.
No, it's in 2008. So season 2 may not have been released in the U.S. yet. I don't know. That's a British TV show, so I don't know what's going on there. only real difference between that and, you know, fucking Walking Dead is that the dead aren't walking around.
It's just the dead.
Yeah, they're just dead. Corpses. Skeletons. Or will be eventually. Putrefaction everywhere you go. But that's what everybody's scared to death of. The big boogeyman. It's not nuclear weapons. It's not fucking anything else. It's that.
It's worse.
Population pressure breeds that kind of shit. Every year, a new disease comes along that, you know, could become the one. If it just takes one or two correct mutations to do it, boom. Rapid communicability, extreme lethal, you know, lethality in that, and then you're dead. You get it, you die. Because in 1918, they were only just beginning to understand germs and all of that shit. You know, they really didn't have a grasp of it yet.
Like the old man on Pawn Stars with pulling of the teeth.
Yeah.
What did he say he did? He
Had a shot of brandy and went back to work.
on his lunch break.
On his lunch break, yeah.
What was that? Pre-Civil War?
Yeah.
He'd take a shot. Here you go. Pluck. Done. If they even knew how to pull a tooth back then.
Yeah. Oh, they knew how to pull teeth.
Oh.
They didn't do that. It was the anesthesia part you were in trouble with. There was no Novocaine shots, shit like that.
When I was in Cuba in 93, 94, and all the Haitians came over, the stories I was hearing was, you know, medical would go in there and they would, you know, had translators to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And the guy had the one story I remember, well, a bunch. The guy had a bad tooth, and they get out, and the guy goes like this. And he said, "Come on!" So when they went to pull the tooth, it wasn't like plugged. The guy like that, rip it, yank it, pull it. And the guy did. It was like, and he said, "Thank you."
Oh yeah.
That's what he said. And he said, "I'm good, thank you." But holy shit!
These are people who are used to living with pain. I mean, they have no access to medical care. Their whole life they've been with pain. Their concept of pain and our concept of pain, two entirely different things. You know?
And he said after the tooth was pulled, he was smiling. He said, "Okay, I'm good," and then all was good. Oh, fuck.
Of course, I mean, also snorted a whole line of cocaine before that happened. Who the hell knows?
Well, no, not these people. They were all.
Well, it's like in our own country many years ago, before anesthesia and all of that shit. You know, amputations, everything else going on, and did what they did.
They're calling that the Haitian migration of '94. And then we thought it was worse. Then of course, I never saw the prisoners, but that's when Gitmo really went downhill. So I heard.
Oh, after the prisoners got there?
Yep.
Oh.
But that was 10 years later. That was years later. So I was down there when it was good.
Well, you were down there before the war.
Yep. That's when, you know, everything was good. Why can't she get a job?
Yeah. Matron in the insane ward of or more likely patient.
She'll be fine. She's got plenty of job experience.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of potential. Just got to find the right job. That's all.
Yep.
People with degrees, people that had corporate jobs, they're out of work. Factory workers are out of work. Mechanics are out of work. Everybody. So it's, you know, it's just, you know, it's what it is, you know.
It's a depression.
I'm still flattered I held on as long as I did before they laid me off.
Yep.
I thought I'd be the fucking first to go. I figured they would start targeting a couple of crusty old motherfuckers who've been there for like 100 years and are not putting out, which they sort of did. Then they went and cut all the temps. Then after all the temps were gone, then they started going after like the 2 and 3 and 4 year people. I'm thinking every day, and I just held on. I was like, just my new bulb out here. Yes. And then finally that was it. Less and less, I said, all right, come on in the office. I said, let me guess. I just took my badge, so let me guess. And they said, look, we're sorry, I had to just skip it. Skip it, you know, and that was it. Thank you for your service, whatever. At least they did it on a Friday, though, not in the middle of the week or something.
That's nice.
Yeah, they waited till Friday, which they didn't do with nobody else. That was another thing. I was surprised they waited till 3:30 or not 3:30. Yeah. And actually, I was going to work overtime. No, it wasn't 3:30. It was later than that. It was like 4:30, 4:45, and then they went like that, and they started using, you know, whatever. Back everywhere.
Oh, that's the abomination.
Oh, so I finally got a phone call from one of my friends. Her kid wants to join.
Oh, yeah?
And I sat down, had a long talk with him.
What'd you tell him?
Said, I joined in a totally different Navy, so I'm not going to tell you about the used to be, and I'm going to tell you about the today.
Yeah.
I said, even though I retired 5 years ago, not a whole lot has changed on one aspect. And I said, I'm still in touch with active duty. I still go down and see people every 6 months, get my teeth cleaned, and I chat a little bit. Usually I make a day of it. And I said, I still know people who are in. And I said, I hate to tell you, the sad thing here is they'll take you in, all right, 18, 19 years old, top scores, physically fit. You'll do 4 or 5 years, and then they're going to kick you out.
Yeah.
They're going to pull you in and say, well, sorry, you ain't cutting it.
Tell them to go Army or Air Force. Tell them to go to one of the other service branches.
No, he said Army and Marines, hell no.
Because if he plays his cards right, he can do his 4 or 5, get a trade, learn a trade.
That's why he wants to go with Navy or Air Force.
Yeah. And when he gets out, he'll be able to get some kind of a job, you know. Not joining to make a career. I mean, most people who join don't do it to make a career out of it.
No, well,
you know, they just
now
want...
you can't now. Now you can't. You can't now. I told him, I said back when I joined, I joined with the intention of doing 4 and getting out. And I said then back then, actually, that was me. Could have got away with that high school diploma and no college, but I did 4 years and I picked up a little skill, whatever. 4 turned into 5. Didn't re-enlist yet. Then I kind of extended again. Then when I finally re-enlisted, then I went to Cuba, and then, you know, I always wanted to go around. I said, fuck it, you know what? I'm going to go over to Japan, and then after that, I was like, that's it, 8, 9 years in, fuck it, I'll just do the other 10. That's what that was all about. I said, one thing led to another, and I said it was the right thing to do. I said, you can't do that no more. I said, how are people staying in? I said, that's like the few.
Yeah.
That is the few now. And I said they you know, your highest rank is E9. They want to get rid of E9 and E8, and your highest rank is E7.
Yeah.
And then said that's how they're really. I said that's what.
They are going back to the military of before the First World War.
Yep.
When you had 45-year-old lieutenants, you know, waiting for some decrepit old general to die so they can move the line. Yeah, we, you know, a military of 150,000 men, and that's it for the whole damn country.
The first place he's freaking going after the VA, going after the active duty. Oh, and you know, there's no more danger or hostile fire pay. Taken away. Yep. They want to start. They want to do all kinds of shit. I was saying this 3-4 years ago. They want to come after your retirement. They want to give it to you when you're 62 and a half or 65. They don't want you getting it no more at 40. It's if you make it to your 20 years. They don't want to do it no more. It's like my mom said, good. Put all the airplanes in the desert, take all the tanks, stuff them in a warehouse, send everybody home, make the world happy. My mom said he's making the rest of the world happy. Go ahead.
The unfortunate part of that is it's not going to last. Never does. Because there's going to be another big war. That's obvious. And probably not a nuclear one. It's going to be more conventional, I believe. Because it's just too destructive for everybody to use nuclear weapons. But people are still stupid and greedy and ignorant, and they're gonna fucking keep killing each other over religion and everything else and resources. The more population in the world, the more need for those resources, the more battling over them is gonna be.
And I said, it's a real suck time, but I said, if you can get in one of the services, he wants to do Air Force or Navy. So I
Yeah.
said, go with the other one.
Yeah.
He said he does not want nothing to do with Marines or Army. I said, or the Coast Guard. So I
Well, why
said
not the
that-
Coast Guard?
he wants to go overseas. I says, well,
Oh, well,
I
that.
said you can sort of do that with the Coast Guard, but I said the problem again is, you know, they're cutting everything, you know, and you know, it's a different Navy, but it wasn't. I said I know everything that's going on. I said it's you know, if this is what you want, and you want to do it. Try to, you know, you gotta be your best.
Yeah.
You know, at every turn of a corner, you always had to be, but now you really gotta be. I said it's not even 10 years ago. You know, I saw this coming. 05, 06, 07. It was like kind of brewing a little bit, but it was only, you know. But it really didn't get nasty until 08, 09. In like 2010, that's when the real shit really kind of started. You know. And I said I'm watching it, and I said every couple, 3-4 months, like, oh, here we go, something different. So I said that's it. Then it was 2012, 13. I said, and then here we go. This is the latest and the greatest. And I said this is where everybody's at. And they don't want you to retire. They don't want nobody going up in rank. And that's it. The fittest of the fittest of the fittest, and that's it. No more, you know. They're cutting pays, all kinds of shit. You know. Or your pay stays the same. Rank freezes, all kinds of stuff. Force outs, you know, you ain't going up. They play favorites. Who knows?
That all ends when the war begins.
Mm-hmm.
And because we'll end up with a smaller military, we're going to have to start drafting people, that's all. Same as we did in every war. Except the last one.
I gave about 2 minutes, 1 minute with the kid, and then you know I spent time with him. The other one, nope. Parents wanted him out of the house, in trouble with the police, all this and that, and I spent 30 seconds, almost a minute with the kid, and I went and told the parents. I said, all right, well, what's your next plan? He goes, what do you mean? He says, well, this is where he's going to go. I'm like, yeah. I said, he's going to be home in like 3 to 6 months. Oh my God, they got fucking pissed at me. Didn't talk to me after that. Did not fucking talk. Yeah, and you know, it was friends of neighbors of friends of mine. You know, and I'm like, and I said, look, do you want me to blow smoke, or do you want me to tell you what's going to happen here? And I said, he's going to end up with the wrong crowd. He's going to be fucking trouble. I said, what are you going to do when he comes on? I said, now what's going to even be worse is, you know, he goes, well, you know, he needs some structure and he needs to get out of the house. And I'm like, yeah, that's not the answer to everything.
Yeah.
I said, what happens when he comes home and he gets kicked out with a dishonorable? Now where are you going to fucking be? Worse off than you are now.
Yeah.
And I said, now all of a sudden that's, you know, everything is computerized now. You kind of can't lie about that. Maybe back in the day you could have, and even then I don't think you could.
Not really. Sooner or later they'll catch up with you.
So, guess what happened 6 months later?
What?
I heard about it, and he was out and couldn't get a clear answer. And he was out, and I go, yeah.
It's like Matt Kutch's neighbor there, whose name I've forgotten. 25, 30 years ago, he was in for like a year, I think.
Kutch?
No, Kutch's neighbor.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the guy. He lived right, they always used to torture Kutch. They both went in the Navy. Kutch did his time, but this one, he got thrown out for drugs in like a year. That's because when he went in, he was all about drugs.
God.
You know, and can't remember his name now. Damn, I could have rattled that off.
Kutch
20
wouldn't have
years
lasted
ago.
in today's Navy. If he joined now,
No, he
no, he
wouldn't.
would not. Back then, you could have, because they tolerated shit like that.
And he only did 4. You know, he was out in 4 years.
And even then, like I said, they only tolerate so much. Even back then.
Well, Kutch never did anything that bad. You know, he wasn't criminal. He was just a fuck up. You know.
Well, like I said, they allow that. Things were different back then.
I don't think he was a disciplinary problem when he was in. He just got beat up by a hooker once, and you know,
That was in
maybe
Italy.
burnt a few muffins or something. But that's about it.
He started a fire in the wardroom.
Well.
I personally went over to his ship
Oh.
and asked after he was gone.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
But he was not the worst of the worst.
No.
Now it's a whole lot. They make it a lot easier to put you out.
Well, it's not the same world anymore. You know, it's completely different now. Different technology, different people, different everything, and not necessarily for the better.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we have more cool toys, maybe a few, but society as a whole just isn't very nice anymore. It really isn't.
No, everybody's
People suck.
Yeah, everybody sucks. Everybody's angry. Yep. And that's why I said it was getting worse and worse and worse, and I was like, that's it. In my 20 and I'm done. I'm getting out.
There was a discussion on time machines, and I mentioned, I said, what the hell do you want to go into the future for? You know what that's going to be. You know, it's going to suck worse than today, because today's trends are going to continue into the future, and it's just even going to be worse, maybe many times worse. I said, fuck that. I want to go back to the past. At least I know what the hell's back there.
Yeah.
I know which eras already sucked and which ones didn't. And I spent some time there. But the future? No, we don't have a future that's particularly rosy. I don't see that happening. We are unable to solve our problems and unwilling to face them. We are running short of resources. We are having increasingly more and more mouths to feed. We are overwhelming our infrastructure. You know, it's only a matter of time for that cracks. Whether it's war, whether it's disease, active terror, whatever, you're going to see a lot of bloodshed coming up. There is no peace dividend, you know, nothing like that. We're already seeing it with Russia and Ukraine.
How many more months this motherfucker got before somebody else, probably worse than him, comes in?
Who?
Well, yeah.
He's a couple of years.
God.
Yeah.
Awful. 8 years.
The problem is, I don't see anybody on the horizon that's likely to make a difference.
Right?
Because to make a difference, you would have to change so much that people would revolt over it. I mean, the only thing that's going to change it is massive bloodletting. That's it. There's nothing else going to do it at this point. You know, what do you expect with a nation that believes it's entitled to everything? Oh, something dead over there.
Possibly.
You know, when we have this huge entitlement problem, people think that they're owed something. Welfare, food stamps, every other damn thing. What happens when you take all that away? What are the people going to do? They're going to go fucking apeshit crazy and burn the cities and everything else.
Like London.
So let's just do it. Let's take it all away and let it fucking happen. Get it the fuck over with.
Bunny rabbit.
Oh, dead bunny rabbit. It keeps that up.
I've been seeing a lot of rabbits.
Oh
lately.
yeah, I have too. So, you know, if that's going to happen, let's do it. Let's get it the fuck over with so the rest of us can move on. Let's reform whatever's left and we move on. Congress has done nothing but make a mess of everything. You know, they tried national health care. That's been a fucking disaster. And it's going to only get worse, apparently, because we don't have the money to fund it, not over long term.
Or log on to the website.
Yeah, well, just as well, every person that doesn't log on to the website is one less that is, you know, drawing on the system, and maybe you'll give it a few more days before it collapses. Who knows? You know? Our economy does not seem to be rebounding from the brink. It's only getting worse. And how many burger flipping jobs are there for people? You know, because that's what happens whenever a factory goes bust. You have 50 guys lined up at McDonald's who used to make, you know, good
Corporate.
money, and now then, yeah.
Corporate, yeah.
Yeah. And eventually the unemployment runs out, the welfare can't go on forever. I mean, where do people turn? To crime? They did that in the 30s. Many did. When you have nothing else to do, you're gonna go looking. You're gonna do it any way you can.
That's why every month my check comes in, I gotta check this month.
Yep.
It's fucking scary, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a cop.
Ah, there's the blue Honda. And his headlights out. Let's get him.
Yeah, he would have got me because I would have had a headlight out.
Yeah.
And that would have been it. I guarantee you. It would be a perfect excuse to pull me over. Do you know why I pulled you over? No clue. Your light was out. Fuck. I would have been like, shit. But you see, I would have seen it already.
Yeah.
Because this is what it looks like. The minute you have you will know like in 3 seconds right away. That's why when it went out the first time, I'm like, oh, it did that, you know.
Well, you could have just turned your brights on when you went past nuts.
No.
Since he's on the side of the road, you not necessarily don't have to blink the lights for him.
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to like, give a little, flash people. Not anymore. Not because it's illegal, but I hope you get a fucking ticket. I can fucking this shit.
See what I mean? People suck. See what I mean?
Well, truckers I do it for, 18-wheelers. I was over by Newtown about a year ago, and I just come up the hill and I seen him. So here comes an 18-wheeler. I didn't flash him. I rolled the window down and went like that, and then he waved and he hit his brakes. So hopefully he didn't get a ticket. Ooh, knocked over trash cans. To see
Raccoon's been busy.
Yep.
A little mess for somebody to clean up in the morning. I don't believe they have garbage pickup on Sunday.
No.
Yet they put the loaded garbage cans out there anyway.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's right. Alternator's dead. Or going.
No, I haven't heard it squeal once. Mike fixed it. Tightened the belt up.
Oh, that's what the problem was?
Seems to be. So far, I haven't heard it squeal. Not even one time. You hear it start squealing again, you either got to replace the whole belt, your belt again, or put a new belt on it, or you need an alternator.
How loose was it when he went under?
I did not see it. I don't know.
That thing was squealing though.
Well, it's because when the alternator went under load, it was stressing the belt, and the belt was squealing on it, trying to keep up, trying to make it turn faster.
Sneakers. See that up there? Heard that's a ghetto thing. That's gangs marking their turf.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Could be. I don't spend a lot of time on gang turf, so I don't think it's gang turf back there.
I'm going out for St. Patty's Day to eat. So yeah, believe me, I would have noticed the bulb out by then. But God Almighty, never seen more. I'm telling you, I never seen more cops out in one night.
Well, it's a drinking holiday. They know that, so they're always out looking.
And you always see them sitting in the plaza there or across the street. They're all come out of the bars. Oh man. Well, what is today? It's Sunday morning.
Yep.
Oh, it's coming up tomorrow. Technically, tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
yeah.
yes, the 16th is today.
Well, tell Terry I said happy St. Patty's Day. Should have called me. We should go out.
Yeah, okay.
I'll eat. I ain't gonna drink. And not no spare tire for a sandwich. I want the good stuff. I always ask my mom that. What's the difference between the $2.99 sandwich and a $7 or an $8.99 sandwich? She said, "You ever try gnawing on a spare tire?"
Yeah.
She said, "That's the fucking difference." One's a good cut, and one's a the cheap shit cut. It's all fatty and you're chewing it. Or the other one is, God, you got something. That's the difference. I don't wait for St. Patty's Day to get corned beef or or pastrami, but. I was at a private school once, and one of the teachers, who had a real sense of humor, took a green dye and put it all over the Chinese food.
Oh, God.
Nobody wanted to go near it. I said, fucking serve it up. Fucking bring it on. It's all in your head. It's dye. Right. It's food coloring.
That's all it is.
That was
like green bagels.
Yeah, or the green
They come up
beer.
with that every year. Or the green beer, yeah.
Same shit, That was pretty bad though, but I was like, fuck it, I ate it. I was in Oregon. Seattle, that's what it was. So, because with Kelly and Tisha, we were making dinner and everything, right? It just sounds like I didn't want to say nothing. I thought it literally sounded like somebody just, I don't use the word farted, fluffed. It just kind of it was faint. It was just faint enough for me to go, just enough to where it was like, and it wasn't like one of these horrible, 4 days after Thanksgiving. It wasn't one of those. It was just like, all right, it'll pass in a few seconds, right? And then I was like, ugh. So I didn't say nothing, and so finally Tisha goes, "Can you smell this and see if this is bad?" And she handed we just went shopping like an hour ago, fresh from the meat department. And she brings me this thing and go, "Oh, you can smell it."
Oh God.
And so I said, "That's either really bad meat or really good cheese." And the little kid goes, "Oh," and she started laughing.
Oh, maybe it was aged meat.
I went like this. I go, "Whoa! Oh yeah, that's bad. That ain't no good."
God.
Yeah, I said, "No, that is not good." And then I said, I thought that was you. She's like, "Oh, well, thanks a lot." I thought you like cut one or something, because I smelt that from across the room. It wasn't rancid, but it was like just enough to where, when she did it, because there was no wind in there, and I was like, "Oh." And I remember because we all had to go back to the store. We were pissed, so we opened all of them. 4 out of 8 were bad. So we took them all back and said, "Yo, no good." And I said, "We just bought these," and then the guy came and said, "I think I remember you here." I said, "Yeah, we were here a couple hours ago." And he said, "Oh, so you pulled them all off the shelf, and we got our money back and everything." I was like, "Oh man, not good."
Nasty. All right, Scott.
I should be around next week.
Just pull up a little past that puddle.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's close it off.
Monday. I'm doing nothing Monday.
Said you were going to eat Monday.
Eating. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's
Eating. Your whole itinerary for Monday is eating. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'll go find me an Irish special somewhere.
Yeah, 15 or 20 of them probably.